Ma'am, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. A happy and a blissful morning to all of you who have joined us today for this inauguration of 2 days virtual multidisciplinary national conference, Erudite 2022, organized by Shisharipuram Institute of Commerce and Management. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming the eminent guests and eminent speakers for the inaugural program. First of all, I welcome Nadoja Dr. Udaipi Krishna, Honorary General Secretary, Sheshadripuram Educational Trust. Dr. Krishna sir is a transformational leader with a fine blend of an educationist, technocrat, and Gandhian. A techno-legal expert of high eminence, Krishna sir has been credited with international professional accolades, including prestigious fellowships of Institution of Engineering and Technology of UK and World Academy of Productivity Science Canada. Top positions held by Dr. Krishna sir are: he is the president of Karnataka Gandhi Smaraka Nidhi, national president of Indian Institute of Production Engineers, and member of Karnataka State Disaster Management, State Disaster Management in the in the in the Ministry of State. Sir has held key positions in highly credible organizations like Indian Red Cross Society and Tuberculosis Association of India, which has pan-India presence. Government of Karnataka has honored Sir with State Award for Empowerment with Disabilities, State Youth Award for Community Services, and State Rajyotsava Award for Social Services. He has been conferred with prestigious Nadoja Award, which is equivalent to honorary degree of Doctorate of Literature in Kannada by University of Hampi. In recognition of his dedicated services to the nation, Dr. Krishna has been conferred with President's Gold Medal, the highest national award given for exceptional Red Cross humanitarian work by President of India. Sir, on behalf of Sheshadripuram Institute of Commerce and Management, I welcome you and request you to preside over the program. Welcome, sir. I take this opportunity to welcome the chief guest for the day, Dr. Gunjit Kaur, Professor, Dean, School of Management, Presidency University. Madam is a doctorate in marketing from prestigious Delhi School of Economics. She has accumulated 32 years of experience in adult training and learning models and leadership in both Indian and international universities. She has been invited as a speaker to USA and Canadian universities and has delivered adult learning workshops and interventions in education models and corporate to groom professionals. Recognized by Parliament of India for her contribution to automobile industry, she has been a council member of several universities, both India and international. With a strong passion for technology and to be synced with international standards, she innovated a technology patent in her expertise domain of marketing. She was the founding dean of Second USA India Joint Venture University campuses, where as a member of core strategic team for both the joint ventures, was the chief academic liaison and support of all agenda, and as a leader campus accreditation, successfully led both the joint ventures to be fully accredited campuses by USA accreditation bodies. With 3 decades plus of successful precedents, throughout her career, she has held senior positions and has delivered talks to the varied set of participants, including CEOs, fresh executives, freelancers, and students across the globe. Ma'am, on behalf of Sheshadripuram Educational Trust and Sheshadripuram Institute of Commerce and Management, I extend a warm welcome to you.
Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce and welcome keynote speaker for the today's conference, Dr. P. Paramashivaya, Dean and Chairman, Department of Commerce, Tumkuru University. Sir has done his PhD in finance. With his dedicated service of 27 years of teaching expertise, Sir has guided 14 PhD scholars, 18 MPhil students. Presently, 4 PhD scholars are getting guidance under Sir. Sir has presented over 250 papers in national and international conference and has published 59 research papers and has edited 78 books and has authored over 19 books. Sir has chaired technical sessions in Tokyo University, Japan, in International Symposium on Business and Social Sciences in the year 2013, in the International Conference on Sustainable Development at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia in the year 2016. Sir has chaired a technical session at Oxford University, UK, has chaired a technical session on 14th Virtual Conference on Sustainable Development organized by Ottawa University, Canada in the year 2020. Sir has held key positions in Tumkuru University as in charge vice chancellor, syndicate member, academic council member, finance committee member. Sir has also served as NAC coordinator and finance officer at Tumkuru University. Sir is presently serving as Dean, Department of Commerce, Tumkuru University. Sir, on behalf of Sheshadripuram Educational Trust and Sheshadripuram Institute of Commerce and Management, I extend a warm welcome to you.
Thank you very much, madam.
I extend a warm welcome to resource persons, Dr. Kavita R. Gowda ma'am, Dr. Padmavati K., Professor Tamil Selvi, Dr. Sunita Vivek, Dr. K. Krishna Sharma, Dr. K.N. Sheshadri, and Professor Sharavanan R. to this inaugural program. Welcome to all of you. I welcome the principals of sister institutions of Sheshadripuram Group of Institutions. Welcome. I extend a warm welcome to the organizing secretaries of the conference, Dilip Kumar Yadav sir, Punita ma'am, Bhuneshwari ma'am, Dr. Purnima ma'am, Kavita ma'am, Asha ma'am, and Captain R. Chikarangaswamy sir. Welcome. A special welcome to conveners of the conference, Assistant Professor Shilpa CS and Assistant Professor Vinija C. I also welcome technical team, Assistant Professor Pujita and Computer Programmer Dilip sir. A warm and inclusive welcome to all the faculty members of Sheshadripuram Institute of Commerce and Management, academicians, research scholars, faculty members from other institutions, and my dear students. Welcome to one and all. Have a good day. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It is my turn to extend a gracious welcome to our respected principal, Professor Vidya Shivanavar. It is your sense of commitment, guidance, and support we are able to organize this conference. I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
We have amongst us highly experienced person, Dr. Gunjit Kaur, Professor and Dean of School of Management, Principal, Presidency University, as a chief guest of today's conference. I request ma'am to give the address to the gathering.
Good morning, all. Thank you, Sheshadripuram College and Chairman, Honorary General Secretary, Principal, and the faculty members for inviting me as a chief guest for this conference. I'm honored that you thought I was, worthy of this thing. Thank you again. I'm very happy also to be the chief guest on the same platform as Dr. Parma Shivaya, who has so much of experience, in this education industry. I really appreciate that the college has taken this initiative of holding a multidisciplinary conference, and that is, just in sync with the new education policy 2020 that has the vision of opening one multidisciplinary college in every district. It goes to show how, you are in sync with the latest changes, the latest developments, and I'm sure the students, therefore learn the absolutely latest concepts and gain latest knowledge. Being multidisciplinary is definitely a big advantage. I've shared conferences that focus on various themes across domains, I really like the idea of multidisciplinary conferences. We all know that, as a business student, we cannot be only focused on business courses. There is no business in this world, that runs purely on the management knowledge. The knowledge comes from across domains, across disciplines, and the entrepreneur or the CEOs or the employees who can integrate and collate the knowledge of the various disciplines come out with really brilliant and innovative ideas that can take the industry to greater heights. If they join the academics, the way of imparting in the classroom, the knowledge that they can give to the students, the research papers that they can write become much better. Because today, the research papers, the journals, whether it's Springer, whether it's Taylor Francis, all the elite journals today welcome papers that are multidisciplinary. Integrating knowledge is one of the art. It is not a science, but it's an art that we all must learn. In the classroom, when we deliver, or in the companies when we work, we come out with cutting edge ideas that both the industry and the academia welcome. It is a very holistic approach, being multidisciplinary. For example, if I was teaching, let us say, a class in marketing, or a class in finance, or any business course, take any business course, in the form of experiential learning activities that are very important, especially in the business courses and in other disciplines also. As experiential learning activities, I would take my students out to a park, for example, and let them observe the people there, and maybe, observe the various kind of trees and plants, and then come back and deliberate in a group discussion format or in a report format on their observations and its integration to the marketing concepts. That's what I do. If I take a course, that's what I do. Whether it's a sales course, marketing course, finance course, as dean, I encourage that the students, they do experiential learning. They go out, or within the classroom, they do activities that, integrate multidisciplines. There are general block courses, and the school, the college has various schools. I see the biology, the English department, languages department, other departments. In the industry, language is a very important tool. And it's not only a matter of English, it's a matter of language. What you communicate is what you are and what the result will be. How to communicate is a very important skill that all business students must remember. And if you take Department of English, for example, or any other department, for example, right? In the department, when we are teaching communication skills, we are not only supposed to be focusing on communications per se. Today, we are focusing on how to write business emails, how to, write sales letters, how to write. So that's communication. So no matter what the form of course, in which discipline, which department we are teaching English, we are focusing on not only English as a language, but the communication as a holistic tool in the hands of students, academics, the faculty members, the industry people, in order to generate growth for the organization that they are working in. Take any domain, whether it is the marketing, finance, HR, digital analytics or business analytics, the role of communication and English is very important. English as for example, grammar and vocabulary, they are important. What is also important is what you do with that English language. How do you put across your your demands, if you're a corporate employee or a faculty member or an administrator like me or the principal man, how you communicate it becomes very important. So it is cutting across the hierarchy, cutting across the disciplines. And therefore, I again reiterate that I really appreciate that multidisciplinary approach, has been the focus of this conference. Multidisciplinary makes a person totally a holistic personality. That way, no matter where you are, no matter what you are doing, whether you are teaching, whether you are a corporate employee, whether you are in a meeting, your networking ability, one of the biggest advantage of this multidisciplinary knowledge integration is it enables a very powerful networking. It enables you to talk about many topics and then integrate them in your own domain so that you can target a wider audience. So that it's a very important thing for salespeople, for example, how to talk to a prospect, for example, for finance domain, for example, in the companies when you're talking to clients, right, high net worth clients, or even if you join at the entry level position, you are communicating your organization's worth. The moment when we open our mouth, we are showing what we have in our brains, and how we communicate actually, it results in the outcome that we want. So if a salesperson, if a finance person wants to close an account or talk to clients, that is the result the person will want. And if you integrate various domains, keep the client interested, keep talking to the person, communicate, mail in a manner that hits the mark, you're going to be very successful, very successful. And this communication, for example, is required across hierarchy, whether you are a CEO, whether you are frontline sales executive, it is a must across, it's a must across. So multidisciplinary is an art being multidisciplinary. And I would encourage all students, I would encourage, even all faculty members to have a multidisciplinary focus, write research papers that are multidisciplinary, do experiential activities that are multidisciplinary. And the students, they must read books that are actually not related to their business courses, for example, or English students must read books that are business books, just for the sake of communication and English. These type of conferences, they lend a platform for learning. And I'm sure, today across the universities, across the globe, take whether it is the West, whether it's Europe, whether it's Asia, there is a huge focus on, integrating various domains, because when we integrate domains, that is what gives rise to new format of degrees in educational institutes. That's what gives rise to new format of products in the industry, new innovations in the industry. So I would encourage, right, a business student to please go sit in a park, observe the people, observe the trees, plants, come back and try to collate this data, and relate it to any of the management concepts or business concepts that you have in your courses. You would find it very interesting how the world, how the various theories that we have across domains today are basically can be easily integrated into one common point, and that common point is something that you will decide. If you're focusing at, let's say, the art of, maybe what is the best sales technique. So sitting in there, observing people and observing plants, how they grow, how the park is organized, for example, that is a big form of a strategic endeavor. So I don't know how many of you, especially the students, are able to understand where I'm coming from. And you may be thinking that what is she saying? How can a park and the format of the park or the plants, how can we connect it to sales? That's what I'm saying. You got to know why you are there in the park. You got to know something about biology, for example. You got to know something about the art of gardening, for example. You got to know something about the psychology, for example, when you observe people. You have to know something about consumer behavior, for example. And then you collate all this knowledge and bring it to a point that you want to, the concept that you want to relate to. And that is, the best sales technique. Now, if you were to submit this project to an industry at the time of internship final placements, I'm sure it's going to generate, a better feedback from the industry. These kind of projects, they're called experiential learning, and we all learn best from that. When I was a student in my school, way back, today, all students are lucky that this kind of knowledge exists today in the educational system. Even in India, that is supposed to be, a little bit behind times. The new education policy has the vision of opening one multidisciplinary college in every district by 2030. So that way the students will have a whole lot of knowledge. In the West, for example, if you were to take an admission in MBA or an undergrad course, the first year would go in general block courses. These are general education block courses. So you have to, you have a portfolio of courses, and you have to pick the courses even if you don't like, right? So there'll be courses on history, there is a course on communication, there is a course. These courses, are totally unrelated supposedly to the business course that you took admission in. But the whole entire year you do the general education courses. And that's where I'm coming from. The integration and the foundation of knowledge is not in business courses. The foundation of knowledge exists in the evolution, and that started with the nature. That started with human beings when there was no business course, when there was no formalized knowledge, when there were no books. People still traded, people still sold to each other. But the only difference is it was with a barter system. Today we talk money. It was at that time barter system. There were no books, but people still traded, they sold. And there was only nature, there was only human beings, and there was only hunger for which they traded. That later became a form of business and later became a form of selling techniques. That's called a barter system from and involved in money. So the point I'm making is that the deeper you go into the knowledge and bring that old historical data, cut across various disciplines and domains, and integrate it to the current problem that you're facing in your class, or the assignment that you have got, or in the industry when you are an employee, you would come out with a much better solution, a more innovative solution that collates the ancient, the modern, the interdisciplinary, the multidisciplinary knowledge, and can give much better solutions that will definitely improve your answers at the time of placement, for example, or when you're talking outside, or when you're talking to salespeople. So that is going to be definitely a much better way of studying any kind of programs, a business program, a history program, a civics program. And that's where the country is also moving to. If we say yes, the new education policy will result in one multidisciplinary college in every district. If we are talking of today the new education policy, that the students will have the option to take credit transfers, that is the system in the West, in any university, in any college, from anywhere, then though that credit system has to ensure that if I have studied 1 year of general education block courses that have credits, the other university where I want to transfer to should have mapping courses so that I can get the credit transfer. So today, all universities, all colleges, they want students, right? There is no educational, organization without students. So if a student wants to migrate, I would suggest that no university or college limit themselves to one discipline, because that is going to stop their growth further if the new education policy is actually implemented as per the word that is written in the policy. How many universities, how many colleges will be able to implement, that remains to be seen. 2030 is a decade. So, but many good universities, many good colleges have already taken steps to move there. And therefore, enabling credit transfers, and that is what mainly is the issue today when Indian students, they go abroad. They have to do an additional year of general education courses that increases the number of years that they complete their degree in. But if Indian universities move towards integrating the multidisciplinary general education courses, the credit transfers become easy, the parents' money will be lesser, and the students' 1 year gets saved. So I would encourage, good universities. Take example of IIMs, for example. Let's take example of Symbiosis, for example. They have already started integrating, as per the new education policy, the general education block courses where the students have the option of picking. In the CBCS system, for example, we are offering across universities today, because that have adopted the CBCS system. We are offering open electives. So there is a portfolio basket of open electives. The student is free from across schools, across domains. Okay, I'm studying engineering. I am in the School of Arts. I'm in the School of Science, but I would like to learn digital marketing. So because they are open electives, the student can tick. So across domains today, the students are showing interest. An engineer wants to learn digital marketing. A student in the School of Arts, for example, wants to learn. Science students want to learn. A management student, a business student today wants to learn the fundamentals of circuits. So they choose the open electives that are offered by the School of Engineering in the electrical department. So this trend towards the multidisciplinary integration has already started, and big universities, our major A-league universities, were the first to take this step. Because if we were to take a long-term vision that enables them to do better credit transfers, whether it is from abroad, whether it is within India. So in the coming years, we're going to see a lot of movement between colleges and universities, especially those that have integrated multidisciplinary Janet block courses in their syllabus, in their curriculum and domain. So students will keep moving from one place to another, and finally take the degree from wherever they want. So it's going to be a student discretion, a student option. CBCS is already a step forward in that direction. It's already a step forward. So I really, would request all the students and encourage the students, faculty members to be in sync with times and stay ahead and have a multidisciplinary approach while we are studying. Even till date, when I read biology books, I'm a biology fan since my school days. I'm a neuromarketing expert. So if you were to take biology, if you were to take the formation of human being, the brain, for example, and connect it to the course of neuromarketing, or connect it to artificial intelligence, the words you will see are totally same. So I'm not a scientist, but I love to read about brain. I love to read about the formation of human body, how in the leaves, for example, the veins, and what is the function of those veins. You will find those veins, the function of those veins are similar to the function of the veins in a human body, are similar to the function of of the network, neural network that today the neural network that is used in the artificial intelligence bots that are being used by the company in digital marketing. So this is how we integrate, the various interdisciplinary knowledge. And I hope that what I am saying is making sense to all of you, especially to the students. And I would definitely again encourage them to have a multidisciplinary approach. And ma'am, one request, please tell me when my time is over, because the moment I step into this neuromarketing domain, I can go on and on. I mean, it's my favorite. So how much time do I have?
Ma'am, you can conclude, ma'am.
All right, thank you. So, so today, even the authors, they are printing books, they are publishing books that are multidisciplinary in nature. Research papers are written multidisciplinary. Today, the trend is moving towards when you write a research paper, you file a patent. And the more to focus on these patents, the more you have to be multidisciplinary so that 4 or 5 people can combine together and go ahead with the patent. That way the cost becomes less. Students also are encouraged, to write research papers so that tomorrow their career avenues broaden. So if it's a consulting company, they prefer research, big companies. So I like to conclude on this only, that no matter what the domain, if you develop the habit of reading and get out of Google, but develop the habit of reading serious books that are cutting across domains, you will gain a much better knowledge, and the output and the productivity is going to be much better. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your encouraging and motivating words, and also giving a greater insight how multidisciplinary has become the need of the hour. Thank you, ma'am. May I now call upon Dr. P. Parameshwaraya, Dean and Chairman, Department of Commerce, Tumakuru University, to give the keynote address to the gathering. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Very good morning to all of you. Highly respected Nadoja, Dr. Udepe Krishna sir. He is a transformation leader with technocrat, educationalist, social activist, and humanist. Comes from the freedom fighters family and also alumni of Ramakrishna at Mysore. And he is one of the human personality. He demonstrates due to his attitudes, behavior, actions, involvement, commitment, concern, and he transformed the entire educational institution as one of the topmost education institution in Karnataka. I'm thankful to Professor Udepe Krishna sir for giving me an opportunity to share my views, and also principal of this college, Madam Professor Vidya Shivandavar, and also just now inaugural address given by Dr. Gunjit Kaur. She talks about artificial intelligence, credit transfer, challenges, marketing, recent trends, how they are going to take place, and also conference convener, Assistant Professor Shilpa, and also the conference convener comparing Professor Vinija and my friend Amar, and all the delegates who are online. So this is one of the very important multidisciplinary conference organized by the Sheshadripuram Institute of Management Studies. Deals with banking and investment, deals with entrepreneurship, deals with sports department, deals with Sanskrit, Hindi department, library and information science department. As we are going to talk about creativity in the recent days, because start early, drive slowly, reach safely. When we are going to issue the management concept after the industry 4.0, creativity allows us to view and solve problems more openly with innovation. Innovation is the hallmark of the success. We talk about industrialize or perish. It is given by Dr. M. Vishwesvaraya long ago. Same thing you are followed. WP Krishna is also following in the institutions by organizing good conferences, seminars, workshop in all the institutions. A society that has lost touch with its creative side is an imprisoned society. And the generation, due to the various close-minded mindsets, the overcome of the prejudice is one of the very important challenge in the present economic situation, also businessman. Technology and artificial intelligence would be indispensable parts of the industry 4.0, and universities and colleges seem to shape the leaders for upcoming industrial revolution in the years to come. Industry 4.0 technology has its silent futures. The next normal, it is going to be standard making in the inroads of Indian manufacturing, real estate, IT and ITS industries, and also seeing a steep adoption after the COVID-19 pandemic, further accelerating digitalization process by at least in advance of 1 decade. Same thing, we are also organizing same multidisciplinary national conference online. Digital technology at the core of everything can make a business more resilient and faster adapt headwinds of the present situation in almost all parts of the world. In a country like India, 139 crore population, the technology is progressing in the advanced stages after the industry 4.0, making the inroads in all the sectors. A country like England around 11 crores, and it may be Sri Lanka around 2 crores, in Pakistan around 22 crores, America around 32 crores. Technology changes from the different point of view. As per the findings of the various reports of the FICCI and also other Niti Aayog reports, Industry 4.0 uses the new age of connected technology and data-driven insights and change the way people work and interact with each other. The recent report published by Colas International, Industry 4.0, I'm talking about afterwards in the multidisciplinary aspects. Now, what is taking place as on today in the user of the new age of interconnected technology and also data-driven insights, and change is the one of the very important, fast-going with interacting with each other. Innovative technologies such as artificial intelligence, mass automation, industrial communication, big data, robotics, 3D printing are transferring the global manufacturing landscape in almost all the manufacturing sector. And the transformation over the years and assuming new meanings and dimensions due to changes in socio-cultural and political conditions of the society, particularly in the context of growing emphasis, maybe integrating democratical competences is one of the big challenge for the education institution. And the seeing that innovation process is critical for society success, company success, as well as in the markets. Madam Gunjit Kaur has informed. So markets, it is important relation between the network, structure, culture, motivation, skills, learning behavior within the innovated firms in almost all the business sector. How can we respond to the fourth industrial revolution in terms of institutions like colleges, universities, research institutions? How can we respond to the fourth industrial revolution in terms of technology? How can we respond to the industrial revolution in terms of innovation and startup strategy? In the COVID-19 times, the situation, entrepreneurs extended beyond their boundaries in responding to problems touched upon in the challenges of the global and local collaboration. And also creativity is seeing that others see, thinking that no one else ever thought, which is going to take place in international dynamic changes, which is in the global scenario in the present situation. To cater the needs of the requirement of the present situation, Sesharipan College Institution has organized one of the very important things, which is one of the platform of learning, which is going to take place, how they are going to make it happen in the present transformational society, which we require for the progress of the things, how they are going to happen. Because in the present situation, what we are going to talk about, what we are going to think, the transformation of the global challenges is a very important task. Some of the topics which we have covered, maybe what we call banking and industry challenges. Maybe my slides and my presentation may be varying, because some of the important points where these challenges of the industry 4.0 will take place, which I have highlighted in my slides. In the banking industry challenges, increasing competition, and also a cultural shift from the digital banking, maybe a 139 crore population, we are having around 100 crores mobile connections, and out of 100 crores, 79 crore people are using in the fintech technology in the last 7 months, maybe 9 months after the COVID-19 broken out. And also regulatory compliance after NPI is a biggest challenge. It is also going to take place. Changing business models, the business correspondence, digital banking, and almost all the things which are taking place. That is one of very important in the banking challenges in the commerce and management field. Customer retention is also one of the biggest challenge, and rising expectations of the customer, rising expectations of the regulators, and security breaches. Now you are talking about after the COVID-19, there is a security breaches, maybe almost all the digital banking. That is the issue of rising foreign things which is going to take place after some of the scams are broken out. And also antiquated applications, that is also one of the challenge. Continuous innovation. You take inclusive of fintech companies, blockchain management, forensic audit in banking, digital banking is a big challenge which bankers are facing. According to my perception, by 2030, no more physical banks will be there. Entire banking operations will be shifted to digital banking. Only selected branches are going to be worked in the selected parts of the district or maybe some of the areas. No more like 20,000 branches, 16,000 branches, etc. will not be there. Everything will go on, which is going to take place. Even the Government of India is introduced digital banking, that is a direct benefit transfer. Government has saved more than 23,000 crores per annum due to pilferage and also leakage of the amounts which are going to be transferred to various stakeholders in almost all the parts of the things which is going to take place. And also in investment options in the recent days, there may be in the COVID-19, around 3 crores new entries have taken place in the mutual funds, and it is they have deposited more than 23,000 crores in almost 3 months in the 2020. And also national pension scheme. This is also one of the social security scheme we have started. And we have an investment option in the banking like public provident fund, bank fixed deposits, senior citizen savings scheme by the post office and also including banks. And we are also investing in the real estate, especially the public sector banks are investing more than 40 to 50% are giving the loan in the real estate sector due to the purchasing power of the people is increasing. And also gold exchange traded funds, it is also increasing in last 7 years due to various options the people who are having perception about gold. And India is the largest country which is consumed the gold, more than 23,000 tons, 23,000 tons of the gold we are going to import every year. And we are talking about RBI bond, Pradhan Mantri Vaya Vandana Yojana, that is also PMBBY, Post Office Monthly Income Scheme, ULIP, initial public offerings. That is also one of the things which is going to take place. And fintechs are driving financial inclusions for SMEs, small scale industries and MSMEs. Building digital footprints for a large informal sector is also taking place in the last 2 years after the COVID-19. Using qualifying norms by creating consumer-friendly, less stringent credit services is also one of the initiatives taken by the Reserve Bank of India to promote financial inclusion in the rural people, Janadhan accounts and other things from the 2016. And also helping semi-literate or less educated customers with ease onboarding in all the fintech companies. That is also one of the very important initiative Government of India taken along with all the state governments. And offering quick liquidity solutions by enabling collateral-free lending mechanism after Atmanirbhar package scheme announced by the Government of India in MSMEs and also SMEs. Earlier, collateral security is one of the very biggest tasks in this. Even state government is giving collateral security for BWSSP and also Namma Metro for the initiative of public-private partnership for ease of traffic and other things. And also we have talks about in the recent budget by both central government and state government, blockchain technology. Blockchain is a shared and immutable ledger that facilitates the process of recording transactions and tracking assets in a business network. An asset can be tangible, maybe a house, maybe a car, maybe cash, maybe a land, or intangible, maybe intellectual property, or patents, or copyrights, or branding. Virtually anything of value can be tracked and traded on a blockchain network, reducing risk and cutting cost for all the involved, which is also one of the very important things which is going to take place. Some of the areas in the blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology we have introduced, and also immutable records and smart contracts, thus they are going to take place. Because when we are introduced blockchain technology in all the sector, at each transaction occurs, it is recorded as a block of data. Each block is connected to the ones before and after the transactions are blocked together in an irreversible chain. Maybe it is benefits of blockchain, greater trust, greater security, more efficiencies. Bangalore City Corporation have started blockchain technology in the property located in 198 wards in almost all the things. Why? Because 78% of the houses are paying the taxes and also including commercial undertakings. Remaining around 20 to 22% have escaped from the tax bracket. This is also one of the very important blockchain technology which I have introduced in the industry 4.0 in almost all the sectors. And also now we are starting about forensic audit. That is one of the very important things in the banking. It is examination and evaluation of the firms or individual financial transformation as a evidence to produce in the court. A forensic audit can be conducted in order to maybe prosecute for a party for a fraud or embezzlement of cash or other financial claims which are recorded in the forensic audit. Maybe 3 years back, Wipro has conducted forensic audit and they have found out so many loopholes in the financial accounts. And also in each area of the forensic audit, we talked about in the banking technology, maybe credit decisions, maybe investment decisions, maybe income and expenditure, maybe a violation of regulators' guidelines and prescription, maybe unlawful activities which are reporting in the banking, maybe wrong persons versus wrong decisions, maybe illegalities in recruitment, promotion, transfer. This is one of the biggest challenges in the government sector. Organizational structure, systems and procedures, maybe strategy in corporate governance, respecting the wishes of all stakeholders after the Companies Act of 2013 brought out, relativity with others in the industry, and also talks about social responsibility, social ethics, social values, social commitment, social concern, social obligation, social service. And also in the digital banking, we talked about transfer of funds is taking place, RTGS, NEFT, and also IMPS, mobile banking, fastest growing in the entire world is India, and cash withdrawals, bills payments with respect to manage of the checks, and also monitor transaction records online through blockchain technology. And as on today, the future of digital banking is transforming very quickly, and we are not going to expect what will happen in another 5 to 10 years. Option to order currency, maybe another 5 to 10 years, no more physical currency. No more physical currency. Reserve Bank of India is already prepared a roadmap to cut cost on the physical currency and minting of the notes, and customized banking standing options are also going to take place. Maybe for your information, recently in one of the report published by the Reserve Bank of India, 36 crores and 79 lakh standing instructions are given by the customers to various public sector banks for every month. More than 36 crores standing instruction. This is using one of the very biggest challenge, and all these things, card blocking feature, innovation towards safety vaults, integration with stock market investment channels, that is also approved by the NSE, financial management analytics, and easily accessible assistance to the banks, by the banks, because we say banker is a dignified beggar. The days are gone. Banker is one who is going to give the umbrella when rain is there, and he take back the umbrella when banker is one who is a dignified beggar, we say in the management. Banker is one who is going to give the umbrella when rain is not there and take back the umbrella when rain starts. That is gone. As on today, bankers are liberally easing to take place. If you take the example, when the institution is headed by like one of the good technocrat like WP Krishna, when he asks for 100 crores loan or 1000 crores loan, banks are easily going to sanction the loan because the management is in a capacity to repay it. Such type of the things are going to take place in the present situation. And we talked about entrepreneurship. It's one of the biggest changes which are taking place, and especially entrepreneurship is one who is going to convert the challenges into opportunities, opportunities into realities, realities into achievement, achievement into satisfaction, satisfaction into delightment, delightment into enlightenment. That is going to take place. We talked about factors driving to start women entrepreneurship or the joint workforce, maybe a recognition of the administration, maybe admiration, maybe a regard, maybe esteem, maybe women entrepreneurs. According to survey by Pine and Company, more than 65% of Indian women in rural areas were driven to start business for gaining recognition in the society. Because you take the example, Karnataka Milk Federation. Karnataka Milk Federation is going to give almost 16,000 crores as to the farmers for the milk supply. 16,000 crores per month. Highest payment KMF is giving in Mandya to one of the farmer who is going to supply more than 300 liters milk per day, around 7 to 7 lakhs per month. Lowest price, lowest payment given by in one of the area in Chintamani, it is less than 12,000 rupees to a lady farmer. So this is one of the very important things. And microfinance and self-help groups, venture capital, roadstead especially by the Dharmasthala Gramabhiruddhi Yojana. All these things, the inherent need to women to provide family is a key factor, as they make 80%, maybe in every family, 85% of the purchase decisions taken by the ladies. They need to provide better lifestyle, motivate women in this. And also, we talked about STEM, maybe a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in industry. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, with as many as 40% of women graduating from the tail. When we are going to talk about in the universities and colleges, when I visit some of the colleges in Tumkur or in Bangalore or in Yelahanka, Sheshap, more than 70% are belong to ladies. Maybe the same thing will also happen in the Presidency University. Majority of the girls are going to be enrolled for the education sector. I mean, women-run business operate efficiently. One of the report prepared by IIM Ahmedabad. So women-run business operate efficiently compared to men-run operation. And also legal challenges in the startups are also removed in the recent days. And we talk about higher return potential. Maybe business led by women requires less investment but generate higher net revenue. For every dollar invested, women-led startups provide 78% return compared to 31% return by the men-led startup. When the startup company are started by the ladies, for every dollar invested, they get 78% return compared to 31% return by the men-operated startups. And also, women are great multitaskers, as majority of them juggle multiple things at once. These women could prove highly valuable in generating various income streams and helping to nurture startups. And India is more than 3 crore startups have started in the last 5 years. And also, as per the survey conducted by the University of Henry-Ford in India, women and men were given 2 tasks at the same time. Women slowed by 61%, whereas men slowed by 77%. So still it is proved that women entrepreneurs are becoming so expertise in this. And KPMG report also, women are willing to take more risk, and women are better compared to men in creating opportunities. Strong man creates opportunity, weak man wait for opportunity. Adaptability and higher EQ is also becoming more in the women entrepreneurs, women solo entrepreneurs, and small company owners compared to men entrepreneurs. And also government initiative to encourage women entrepreneurship, Bharatiya Mahila Bank Business Loan. It is started in the 2017. It's going to give around up to 20 crores loan with minimum subsidized rates of interest. And Dena Shakti scheme, Udyogini scheme, women entrepreneurship platform, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, and also in the microfinance companies, we talk about Equita Small Finance, maybe a Fusion Microfinance. They are doing wonderful in the recent days. Annapurna Microfinance, Arohan Financial Services, BSS Microfinance Limited, Ashirwad Microfinance Limited, Cashpur Microcredit. These are all doing extraordinarily good work in the cash. Maybe Ashirwad Microfinance is doing in UP, Bihar, Rajasthan, etc. And also in the models of the self-help groups, we talk about Cooperative Development Foundation, and also development of women and child rural areas, South Asia Poverty Elevation Program model. We have started in India with the encouragement by the Niti Aayog. And legal challenges, what talked about in the faced by the stand-ups, maybe startups, inside trading. This is one of the biggest challenge. Disclosure, accountability, and transparency. And succession planning is also one of the biggest challenge. Succession planning to transfer the ownership, and also the necessity of judicial reforms. It is going to take place. And we talk about marketplace to sponsorship, franchise, reseller, white labeling, or it may be a private labeling, or it may be disintermediation, maybe a subscription, maybe a leasing, maybe a pre-order, maybe a bite and cook. That is also one of the things. We talk about green business, eco-friendly business started in almost last 8 to 9 years in India. Maybe a bicycle tour planner, recycling waste, Bangalore City Corporation is doing, used bookstores becoming so popular, and also eco-friendly toys, plastic-based clothing, biofuel production. KSRTC took the initiative, electronic refurbishing. This is also taken by the Infosys. And we talked about things which is going to take place. I talked about in the issue and all these things. Those fintech companies also one of the very important things. So this is already we discussed. Blockchain management also I discussed. Forensic audit banking is also I discussed. Digital banking is also I discussed. Women entrepreneurship is also discussed. And microfinance and self-help groups, venture capital, legal challenges with respect to the infrastructure related zonal laws, licensing, and also protection of intellectual property right. All these are one of the very important challenge. This is going to be addressed by this 2 days multidisciplinary conference. In the startups and business models, we talked about marketplace, on-demand model, disintermediation model, subscription, virtual good model, reseller model, different types of the things which is going to take place for identifying the customer needs, customer's value, customer source, financing details, and services which is going to take place. And we talked about green business ideas. This is eco-friendly business ideas. This is government also announced in the recent budget by the state government and also central government for the sustainable product which is going to take place, which we require, how they are going to happen. So this is one of very important things. And also government initiatives to startups and sourcing in the last 5 to 10 years, maybe a Samruddhi scheme we have started, Startup India Seed Fund we have started, Startup India Initiative, Aspire, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, or India Water Pitch Pilot Scale Startup Challenges in the River Basin area, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Atal Innovation Mission, almost all the government schools we have started, e-biz portal, dairy processing and infrastructure development, that's a DIDF by the Amul, support for international patent protection and electronics and information technology, SIP, the SIP EAT, multiplier grant scheme, MGS, credit guarantee fund for trust for micro and small enterprises, that is CGT MSc, started by the Ministry of Industries, software technology pod scheme, the venture capital assistance scheme, loan for rooftop solar by power projects. This is very successful in India, especially in Karnataka, in Pavagada, and also in Ballari it is coming up, and in Chitradurga. New Generation Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development Center, single point registration scheme we have started by the Industries and Commerce, modified special incentive package scheme, MSIPs, we have started in Karnataka and also in India, Stand Up India scheme started by the Ministry of Industries along with state governments, high risk, high reward research started by the research institution, IRED and NIC refinance scheme started by the cooperative society, dairy entrepreneurship development scheme started by the cooperative department, drone Shakti, zero defect, zero effect certification program for the institutions, credit linked capital subsidy for technology upgradation, design clinic scheme for design expertise for the infrastructure things which is going to take place. These are all some of the areas where we can go for the research in the almost all the things for both maybe colleges and universities, because this conference is attended by academicians, research scholars, industry presenter practitioners, students, and they are going to contribute much to the development of this multidisciplinary conference. This I am grateful to Shesharipuram College under the leadership of Nadocha Dr. Udupi Krishna sir, and also Madam Vidya Shivandavar, and also Amar and other organizers who are part and parcel of the conference, who have invited me as a keynote speaker. I'm also thankful to Gunjit Kaur, all the other participants for giving me an opportunity to share my views. And I hope this conference will be a successful one. And this is one of the very important things for giving an opportunity to share the views in the various startups and other things, because India is a country of opportunities. India is a country of startups going to take place. Wish all the best for all this.
Thank you, sir, for the value addition on how creativity and innovation has become important, and for this how technology plays a major role in our progress in the future, and also giving a greater insight on banking, investment opportunities, and honesty. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
May I now request Naroja Dr. Udupi Krishna, Honorary General Secretary of Sheshadipur Educational Trust, to give the presidential address. Welcome you, sir.
Welcome, madam. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. Professor and Dean of School of Management, Presidency University, Dr. Gunjit Kaur, Dean and Chairman, Department of Commerce, Tumkur University, and a very distinguished academician, Dr. P. Paramashivaya, Principal Professor Vidya Shivannavar, Professor Shilpa, Professor Vinijasi, and all the distinguished resource persons, Dr. Kavita Gowda, Dr. Padmavati, Dr. Sunita Vivek, Dr. K. Krishna Sharma, Dr. K. N. Sheshadri, Dr. Saravanan, Professor Tamil Selvi, and all the distinguished participants of this two-day virtual multidisciplinary national conference, erudite. Let me at the outset congratulate Sheshadapuram Institute of Commerce and Management for having come forward to organize such a very meaningful multidisciplinary national conference. And I'm happy that resource persons from various departments, that is multidisciplinary areas, have been lined up, you see, and they are going to share their expertise and knowledge with the participants. And I'm particularly thankful to Dr. Gunjit Kaur. She spoke, integrating multidisciplinary knowledge is an art. It helps, in developing networking ability. It's most important. We are today not in a compartmentalized era. We are now in an open era. So the narrow boundary walls of disciplines are now vanishing. And she said that, we must encourage faculty to have a multidisciplinary approach. This will definitely help them have a better perspective of not only their own subject, but also have a better perspective of, and appreciate the other disciplines as well. And students also must read books other than disciplines of their study. And she said, that multidisciplinary study helps, innovation in industry. This is most important. And fortunately, our new education policy is moving in this direction. And today, the NEP is emphasizing on what is called multidisciplinary colleges, multidisciplinary universities, multidisciplinary degrees. Gone are those days when we had a standalone university, standalone college of one particular discipline. So things are going to change. And she spoke eloquently about the credit accumulation and the transfer that is going to be, credit transfer that is going to become the order of the day. And of course, she said, see, multidisciplinary approach is ultimately the key to move forward. Madam, we are thankful to you for your great inputs on this inaugural session. And we also have with us Dr. P. Paramashivaya. As I told you, he is a very distinguished academician, and he has served perhaps in all capacities in the university as dean, as head of the department, as professor, as a finance officer, as vice chancellor, and chairman of the commerce department and the like. And he has guided more than about 14 PhDs and published more than 200 papers. And he is a highly respected research scholar and academician, and he has been a part of this inaugural program. I am very thankful to him. He spoke eloquently on the role of technology in manufacture and the role of educational institutions, particularly the startup strategies and the like, and how and also he spoke of the challenges in banking and industry, particularly in view of the industry 4.0 that we are all now into. And then he said, continuous innovation is the need of the hour. And he was telling us how by 2030, you see, there will be banking area will be totally digitized, and there will be no physical currency. So we have a lot of changes, and we have to gear up for these changes, and our students and teachers need to be exposed to all these things. And he spoke of opportunities in banking and investment. And he also made a very pertinent point about social ethics. And you see, the capacity to repay loans will now, the determinant will not just be the asset. The determinant will also be your social ethics, your social commitment. All these things are going to, ultimately decide your capacity to repay loans. And he also spoke eloquently about entrepreneurship and the opportunities that are now there available in India. Of course, the time was very short. Otherwise, Dr. Param Shivaji could have continued and given us even more inputs in these areas. We are particularly thankful to both Dr. Gunjit Kaur and Dr. P. Param Shivaya for their excellent addresses on this inaugural occasion. And before I want to conclude, I want to congratulate the Seshadripuram group of institutions, particularly Seshadripuram Institute of Commerce and Management. The Bangalore City University has declared the undergraduate results, and our student Chiranjeevi Varun has secured 8th rank in BCom. This is really a very happy thing. And then overall, from the Seshadripuram group of institutions perspective, yesterday our Seshadripuram College got 11 ranks in PG courses. In MCom General, we got 3 ranks. MCom IB, we got 5 ranks. MCom FA, 3 ranks. And in MBA, we got 2 ranks. And of course, in BBA also, we got 3 ranks. Of course, other colleges. And in Mysore also, we have a college. And under the Mysore University, I am very happy to tell you that our one student got a gold medal. Anyway, the Seshadripuram group of institutions, the strength is mainly commerce, and we are building up very strongly in this area. And of course, this multidisciplinary approach will definitely help us also to open up and then be ready for the change that is going to come up in future. I once again congratulate Professor Vidya Shivanar and all our colleagues for taking time to organize such a meaningful conference. I once again congratulate all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the presidential remarks and for the continued support you give to us. Thank you, sir. The simple act of saying thank you is a demonstration of gratitude. I now request Assistant Professor Krishna P.S., Conference Convener of Multidisciplinary Conference, Department of Commerce, to propose the vote of thanks. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
With a sense of satisfaction and desire of enriching myself with such a wonderful informative words, I, Assistant Professor Shilpa C.S., Organizing Secretary of this conference, deem it a honor to propose the vote of thanks. I would like to thank Nadoja Dr. Udepi Krishna Sir, Honorary General Secretary, Seshadripuram Educational Trust, for entering the presidential remarks. Thank you, sir. I would like to convey my gratitude to the chief guest, Dr. Gunjit Kaur, Professor and Dean of School of Management, Presidency University, for enriching us with wonderfully planned and delivered information by accepting our invitation beside busy schedule. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to convey special regards to Dr. P. Paramashivaya, Dean and Chairman, Department of Commerce, Tumakuru University, for enlightening the conference with informative keynote address. Thank you, sir. I would like to express my sincere thanks to our beloved principal, Professor Vidya Shivanavar ma'am, for her constant support. Thank you, ma'am. I thank the principals of all our sister institutions. Thank you. I thank the heads of various departments for meticulously organizing the conference by incorporating the relevant themes. Thank you. I also thank the heads of various departments of all our sister institutions. Thank you. I thank the entire conference team, including the technical team. Thank you. I thank all the paper presenters, participants, and the resource person of various tracks. I also thank the teaching and non-teaching fraternity of Seshadripuram Institute of Commerce and Management for their support. I also thank the students for their active participation in the inaugural program. Last but not the least, I would like to thank everyone who have contributed for the event. In case if I have left out, it's purely out of oversight and not with intention. Thank you one and all. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope we get a chance to interact with many research scholars and wish that we would have a lot of insight and knowledge to take back after this multidisciplinary conference. Paper presentation will begin in another 10 minutes. Request all the participants to join through the Zoom link which has been shared to you. Best wishes to all the participants. Once again, thank you all. Wishing a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gunjit ma'am, for joining. Thank you, Paramashivaya sir. Thank you for joining, sir. Thank you, Krishna